Alright, so in our last volume video, we're going to be talking about finding the volume of a sphere. And then our formula for finding the volume of a sphere is going to be that volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Cubed being that we're working with that volume of it. And with a sphere, the only dimension we can get from it is the radius. The other way we can write this is that volume equals 4 pi r cubed and then divided by 3. Either way you want to think about it, 4/3 is the same as taking 4 times whatever and then dividing by 3. So those are our formulas. From there, we have our first problem. So when it spins, the quarter forms what appears to be a sphere. To the nearest hundredth of a cubic inch, how much space does the spinning quarter occupy? And use 3.14 for pi. So what it's giving us here is the diameter from side to side. So we need the radius. So radius is going to be 0.995 divided by 2. Which is going to equal 0.4975. So that's our radius. And we're going to find volume. So volume is going to equal 4/3 pi times our radius, so 0.4975 cubed. Cubed. Alright, so when we take 0.4975 and we cube it, we end up with, so we can keep the 4/3 pi, and we end up with 0.1231. And then I'm going to take that 0.1231, I'm going to take it times 4 and then divide by 3. So when I take it times 4 and divide by 3, actually I'm just going to looking at the problem, I just went ahead and multiplied all of this. So 0.1231 times 3.14 times 4 divided by 3. And so what we get is approximately 0.5154. It says to the nearest hundredth, so that's 2 decimal places. So that's, I'm going to look to this one to know if I round the 1 up, and since this is a 5, this becomes 0.52 inches cubed because we're finding volume. So the volume, or the total amount of space the quarter takes up, takes up when spinning is 0.52 cubic inches. And I can just plug in the radius and solve. Now this one we were given diameter, so divide by 2 to find the radius, but I plug it into my formula and solve. Example 7. An agate geode is spherical and has a volume of about 904 cubic centimeters. So we know we have a volume of 904. Geodes are often found in gem shops, sliced in half like the one shown. What is the radius of the geode to the nearest centimeter? So we know that the volume is 904. So we want to find the radius. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up. 904 is going to equal 4/3 pi r cubed. And so I'm going to take 4 times 3.15 and then divide by 3. And so when I get that, my 904 is going to equal approximately 4.19 radius cubed. I believe I had to round that. I think it was 4.18 and then something greater than 5, but 4.19. I want to get r by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4.19. And so 904 divided by 4.19 leaves us with 215.75. is our r cubed. Now, in the last, with cones and cylinders, we were working with r squared. Here we have r cubed, and so the opposite, or the inverse operation of cubing something is to cube root it. That was 3.2. So if you're needing to remember how to do cube roots, go back to section 3.2. But I'm going to cube root both sides. And so when I cube root, I'm going to get that r is approximately 5.997. It says to round to the nearest centimeter, which would be the whole centimeter, like a whole number, not a decimal. And so the 9 makes the 5 a 6. So r is approximately 6 centimeters. That is the approximation of our radius. If you need to remember how to do cube roots, that's 3 second, the little caret key, or the arrow, or the rooftop, or whatever you want to call it, but that's how you get your cube root into the calculator. And that is it for volume. Until next time.